Hey, Curious Wolf. So my house is pretty messy right now. I've been pretty discombobulated, fighting depression, and I don't feel depressed, but dealing with how COVID impacted my alcohol intake and such. Anyway, normally, this is my mantle. Normally, that's where my shrine is, but I did some ceremonies and took a lot of my stuff down, and some of it's still in my car. But also it just felt like my shrine needed to change. I do that sometimes. It's really important for you as you build a shrine to be flexible with it and let it be a living thing. This is probably going to stay. This is a piece of wood I got from where Whitney and I got married. And even though we didn't stay together and she hasn't filed for divorce yet, we got married at a place in the Portland area called Mount Tabor, which is still a volcano. So it's a really cool piece of wood, and I have a drill bit. I'm not strong enough to do it myself. Whitney had to do it, but she drilled spots for my candles. So that's part of my shrine. I've got crystals. I've got rocks I've found in random places. Of course, I have my beautiful shark sculpture that my Facebook page fans pitched in to get me. It's from Australia. The great white is one of my animals. That's a painting I did. That's a painting I did. There's wolf stuff. That's about baseball. There's more wolf stuff. And that was a gift when I graduated from college, because it's a bear riding a tricycle, and that doesn't go very fast. And it took me forever to graduate. Anyway, where my shrine is now is right in front of me. So when I'm sitting on my couch, it might, forgive the mess, my couch is over there and my spot is right in the middle. When I'm sitting on my couch, I wanted to be closer to visually seeing my shrine. So things that I have picked, because you don't just need to have crystals, are things that are meaningful to you, that speak to you. I'm a beachcomber. Whenever I go to the beach, I get really fortunate, and the ocean gives me beautiful gifts like these beautiful shells. I got these a couple weekends ago when I went to the Oregon coast. And thankfully the beach, the ocean is always, like I said, kind to me, and I get to find things before other people do. More stuff. This is a Buddha statue, and it's wearing a wolf. And then it has this adorable little necklace, because Archer loves to make necklaces, and I sense that Buddha likes wearing them. I don't remember where I found this rock, but I think it has the ancestral markings of a vertebrae. So some kind of, what would that be called? Fossil. This is a necklace that my ceramics teacher gave me in high school that I felt really strongly bound to. This is a really cool item. When my first therapist was in Georgia, I started seeing her when my brother died. And instead of talking about him, I ended up talking about all of the shit I have with my mom. And when I moved away from Georgia, she gave me this block as a gift. And I was like, oh, cool, it's a block. What does it mean? And she said, this is a reminder to you that even beautiful, perfect things can come from something that's been destroyed. And it turns out this block of wood was made from wood from a house in Georgia that caught on fire and was destroyed. Other things I have, this is a matchbox with a squid. I'm really fond of squid. I've got a picture of me when I was 18. That's me and my stepmom. Cade bought me this one year. It's a megalodon tooth because I want another shark. That's an actual great white shark tooth that I kind of absconded from Orion. But Kate found it, and I just decided I wanted it, so now it's mine. This is a bracelet my uncle gave me. It's got one of my birthstones, lapis, which is a stone down in Chile, which is where my tribe is from. This is called a mate gourd. In Chile, we drink mate. It's a kind of like a tea leaf, but it's not tea. It's a stimulant. And you can drink it with your family ceremonially, where you pass the gourd around. But also, you know, people just drink it like coffee or tea. That's a picture of my dog, Samson. who I'm 99.9% sure was actually my dead brother reincarnated. He was the best dog I've ever had. Another great rock that I found. These are all rocks I've just found going out in nature. A baseball, because my great-grandfather was a Giants fan, and he was a huge part of my spiritual growth as a child. This was a gift from my mother a long time ago, and my mother was pretty much trash, but there's things I loved about her very much, and she always encouraged me to read, and I got any books I wanted. Another wolf, pictures of my son, Orion, place for candles. These fabric pieces I got from a friend who's not a friend anymore, but I like them, and so this is my shrine right now. Oh, the bottle of wine. The bottle of wine was from someone I'm no longer dating. It was left, I reached out to the Airbnb lady to see if she would leave a bottle of wine, because it was this woman's birthday, Shaniko. And she booked the room, but I reached out to the lady whose room it was and was like, you know, it's her birthday, I want to surprise her. Could you leave a bottle of red wine? And I thought it was really cool. I don't know if she did it on purpose, but she knew my name was Wolf, and she picked out a label with, well, it looks like a wolf, but it's really a coyote. So that is actually a reminder, not just of my wolfness, but it reminds me that I don't need to drink the toxicity of others anymore. I deserve to be with someone who's not as traumatized as me. And this is another part of my shrine. This is for my dead brother, Pablo. This is sand water from the beach. This is a thing of matches I've had for years. This is the feather of a red-tailed hawk, which is the animal that my father is convinced Pablo takes on when he's visiting. Pablo loved the woods, so there's that. And then this was his hunting knife. Another picture of Pablo. This is a fish basket that was my great-grandfather's. My mom didn't, she just inherited me, and when she died, she didn't leave me much, but what she did leave me were really important things from my great-grandfather. This is a book with some dark things in it, or not a book, a box. And so I have this little goofy Playmobil Anubis keeping it shut until I can do a burning ceremony. I've got this. This is a walking stick that my father made. This I keep right in my view because it's an important message. When I was with Sura, she couldn't handle our loudness, so we would swatch this out to either be wolf time or deer time, and when it was deer time, it meant to the boys and me, we need to keep our voices down, but she's gone, so fuck her, so it says wolf time. I need to wind my clock. This is a clock that my great-grandfather made, and I helped him with. I helped him with almost all his clocks. His hands would shake. So I guess I'm babbling, but my shrine is all over the place. My dear brother Kevin has been having a hard time. So I took my little statue for Kevin and put him under me as a big, strong wolf. Those are all my books and stuff. And this wood is from a tree that was a sapling when I bought this house. Just tiny. It was like a tiny, maybe 6-inch plant. And it became this big, beautiful tree. And then in an ice storm, it split. And I was really sad about that because it was like my little boy's tree. But I cut it down and I broke the wood up and I kept it. And I'm going to turn all of these into candle holders like that one. And we're not done yet. I have more shrine spaces. I think what I want you to absorb most is that it doesn't have to be about specific crystals. For me, most of my things that are my shrine are visual reminders of events or people or rocks that spoke to me when I was on a walk. You've got to just learn to trust your instincts and see something like this. Let's look at this right here. This is a cool one. This I found on the beach on the Oregon coast. This I found, I think, on the beach in the Oregon coast. And, you know, there's nothing particularly special about this rock. It just spoke to me. So I picked it up and took it home. These are knives that my father gave me. He collects knives. I've got my dragon to remind me of my dragon, but also our joint sister, oh my God, Coral, who's a dragon. This is a crystal I bought. When you are buying a crystal, my advice is to first pay attention to which one catches your eye, and then hold it in your hand. I like to do it with my right hand. You hold it in your hand, and if it's the right kind of crystal, you're going to want to keep holding it to the point that it's hard to give it to the person to check you out. And it gets really warm. And that's when you know you have a crystal that works for you. This is a knife my father gave me. This is my dead brother. It's a picture of me meeting the Indigo Girls when I was a kid. This is a watch I totally stole from Whitney, but I love pocket watches. I don't even remember when I found this, but it's a 5-leaf clover. This is another knife my father gave me. A little flask that has a wilderness thing on it. A little thing about reading. This is a piece of jade that I totally stole from my mom. It's just gorgeous. And like I said, my mom was kind of a bitch, and I had to raise my brother and sister, so I never really felt bad about stealing shit from her. This is a knife my father gave me. He made the scabbard. Check it out. Wait, hold on. Sorry for the shaky. Hold on. As soon as I saw this knife, my father's, I was like, oh my God, Papa, I need that knife. Can I please have that knife? And he's like, what's so big of a deal about it? And I was like, because it looks just like a fucking shark. And it fits in my hand so well. And it turns out that this knife was handmade by a craftsman in, I don't think it was Chile, I think it was Argentina. And the detail of it is just fucking stunning. And I used to be a cutter out of trauma, but I have shifted to cutting out of spirituality and intentional scarification. So this is one of my knives that I use for that. Oh, we forgot to look at this one. One of my followers on my Autistic Wolf Facebook page made this for me, and it's just beautiful. I am a big fan of stars. This is a reminder of all the work I did to graduate from college. Then there's silly things like this thing, which is for my football team. Picture of my boy being a cutie. Picture of me from when I was in the Army. These are out because they're reminding me that I need to put them in frames. Some random rocks that, again, don't look special, but they just spoke to me, so I picked them up and brought them home. That's me as a kid. There's another flask. Feather from when I made a call for feathers to make Dreamcatcher. This is a dragon that my boss at the Jewish deli brought home from China for me. I was born in the year of the dragon. Orion was born in the year of the dragon. Kate was born in the year of the dragon. My father and my brother Pablo. So lots of dragons in my life. This is just a reminder that I'm cool as fuck. I won Best Debater at my first corporate job in sales training. And it's just really cool. Intensity of purpose combined with a sharp mind. Picture of my brother Pablo. This is a piece of art that I did because I have had visions that I'm going to die in my lover's arms. Me and my great-grandfather building a clock. Oh, look, it looks just like the clock on my wall. It's actually not the same one, but it looks like it. I'm a fan of many relics, even though I'm not Catholic anymore. I very much enjoy the cross. This is my basic training handbook, which reminds me, well, first of all, it's a good survival tool, but also it reminds me of how hard I worked to get strong after my surgery and be strong enough to go and do that, even though I didn't finish. And then, of course, this wall is my picture wall, and it's missing lots of pictures because exes left. But I'll fill it back in. That's me as a kid. My little boys, one of my favorite pictures of them. This is something that my chosen mom in Florida made. I don't know if you guys know this, but my biological mom died of a very aggressive, painful bladder cancer. Ironically enough, and painfully enough, so did my chosen mom. Same fucking cancer. And I found out on Facebook about 4 months ago, and it was very painful. But she made it, and it's beautiful, and there it stays. And we're not done. So let's go to all the other shrines that I have. We'll open up this one, because this place hasn't changed a whole lot over the years. It's been pretty static. There's a box of things from when I was in high school, harmonica, relics. This is a piece of clay work from Peru. This is a Spanish style sacred heart. This is a bowl that I made when I did clay. Oh, look, it's a little squirrel. The squirrel is a fond reminder of my mom calling me a squirrel because I ate so many sunflower seeds. This guy was one of the boys' toys. I've got fucking crushed pennies, more dragons. Whose is this? This is not mine. Uh-oh. I should get that back to whoever that belongs to. I think it might be Whitney's. I don't know. This is from when I graduated from college. These are my actual name tapes from the Army and my actual name tag. The books I stole from my mother it's a really cool complete set of all of Shakespeare's books. Relic. I don't remember what this was. What is this? Oh. It was a note to my mom from her parents for a Bible that she gave me, which is in the other room. It's a really intense Bible because it is illustrated by Salvador Dali. And if you know Salvador Dali, his work is pretty creepy. So it's kind of creepy as fuck. What else we got? Oh, this is my boy shelf. This is my motherhood shelf. So their favorite toys, their Wubba-Nubs. Archer's My Little Lion. I think these are Orion's feet. I've wanted to be a mom since I was a little girl. That's me with my little brother and showing you that. I think Orion made this. That's actually art I made. Some pictures of me and the boys. This is a watch I bought with money from my stepdad when I graduated from college. It is going to go to Archer. And my Army watch is going to go to Orion. This is Orion's handprint. This was the most annoying thing to buy because it makes a noise and it's annoying. These are some of the little shirts that Orion had. He would not live without these fucking keys for so long. He always had these keys. Just accoutrements of my children, you know. Their little shoes, just stuff that I love. And then up here is my dead people shelf. So Pablo is honored. A young man named Carl who was shot by a gang member when he was about 15 or 16. And I hadn't seen him in so long. But I was in his life when he was about 5 and would babysit him. And he was just madly in love with me and cried when I cut my hair. And then said, I want the same haircut as you. So these are all the dead people. That's my dog, Babe, who's dead. This was a friend of mine I played baseball with who died. My great-grandma, my mom, my dog, Katie, my Uncle Rob. Most of this stuff comes out during Day of the Dead. Oh, shit, I missed Day of the Dead this year. It's my grandmother. My little Samson, again. My mom and my father's mother. There's Babe again. Babe was a good dog, but he was kind of a fucking spaz. This is one of Pablo's t-shirts. Sadly, it doesn't smell like him anymore. This I had given to Carl, the young boy who got shot by the gang member. This is a pass for a motorcycle race, which is one of the last times I saw Pablo. There's a tie of Pablo's. These are glasses I used to wear riding motorcycles with Pablo. There's a sports car because Pablo, like me, had a thing for engines and fast things. It's one of his motorcycle socks. Why is this up here? Because I don't think it's from a dead person. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's from Archer. That belongs on the shelf here. Pablo's cologne. A tape with Pablo's last voicemail to me, which was very eerie. And that's that. I know I'm blabbing. I'm just showing you that shrines belong everywhere and anywhere and deserve to be anywhere and everywhere. And I do not like that there's clutter on this shrine right here. So we're going to fix that shit right now. This is my last shrine. I always have some kind of shrine that is just dedicated to the ocean. The ocean has always called me. I belong in the forest, but the ocean is my second home, and I finally figured out that before I took the body of a wolf and have been a wolf for about 900,000 years, I was a great white shark. So more accoutrements, rocks, some of these shells I've had since I was fucking a kid. These are all shells I've found on the beach. More crystals. This crystal, I don't remember when I got this crystal specifically, but I think I was in my 20s. This one I've had since high school. This one I've had since high school. I face my crystals towards me, but I face my protective animals towards the door to protect me. This rock spoke to me because I don't know if it's true, but it looks like petrified wood. And so in my mind, that's what it is. This is a piece of art that one of my dear friends from high school did, and I bought from her. She has actually made a living being a painter. So I like to support other people's work. And this is a piece of art that mimics a bigger piece of art that I did and unfortunately destroyed in a meltdown. And I still need to finish this piece. And I owe it in exchange for my shark tattoo, as well as some more tattoo work. That's all my shrines. What's the lesson here? The lesson here is to surround yourself with objects that you can see visually that make you feel safe and loved and comfortable. As you see, my posters are very much about the sky and the stars and the moon and the earth and science and owls for my little boys. Their Native American astrology sign is owl. And then this beautiful piece, which is also covering up a little experiment I did, and it wasn't a lost temper. I actually just felt like hitting a wall with a bat, so I did. But I haven't fixed it yet, so this thing is covering it. And, oh, those are flowers that Rebecca forgot to give to me. And then she gave them to me. Oh, this is a little shrine too. So this is, this was a rocking chair that I don't think it was my mom's, but I apparently claimed it at my grandma's store, and it was my chair. And then it was my niece's chair. And then it was my son's chair, and it's old and an antique. And these two things are in honor of my mom. Her totem was the frog, and she would buy these mohair bears and fuzz them until there was nothing left. I think she was autistic. This is the baby blanket that my chosen mom gave to me. Yeah. Dude, altars everywhere. Fill your house. Like, I don't like dust and clutter, but I get over it in order to have my things, because seeing my things and stones and rocks and crystals and candles just makes me feel at peace. So, back to the crystal thing, you know, go to a crystal shop, see what speaks to you visually first, and then hold it in your hand. And oh, Archer made this. It's a wolf den. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's a wolf den with wolves. And I personally appreciate the most natural things. So most of what I have is wood or rock or stone or feathers, Some of these are antiques from my family, so I have them too. And then me personally, because I'm such a bookworm, having my books visible, I know it's really messy right now, but having my books visible has always been a big comfort thing for me and part of my altar. And I do believe I have blabbed enough. Go to a crystal store, see what speaks to you, but also start being really mindful as you move through the space of the planet. See if there's a little stone that you want to pick up and hold. Or if there's a body of ocean, go to the ocean, see what you find. If you go to the forest and you see a piece of wood that just looks healthy and comforting, take it. If you have someone who can do this kind of drilling, start making yourself some candle holders. Candles are really peaceful and calming. And take it one little piece at a time. And quite frankly, as you can see, I would say what, maybe 50%, if not more, of the things that I have involved in my shrines didn't cost me a fucking penny. They were things that I found in nature. And now the dogs are playing. And I've been talking for almost 30 minutes. So there you go. Let me know if you have any questions. Love to all.